From Los Angeles, it's Spiritual Life Coaching with Ari Mac. She's the queen of life coaching. Whether it's love, finances, or any issues, Ari can help.
Hello, 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 and welcome to Spiritual Life Coaching with Ari Mac. I'm your host, Miss Ari McIntyre, spiritual life coach, affirmation manifestation expert. And what that means is I help you to create positive vibrational energy around you and stop saying stupid shit. And meditation coach as well. We're going to talk about wealth today because Scorpio rules other people's money. Just so if you didn't know that, every sign in the Zodiac has a particular thing they rule on our planet, which makes it very interesting, and it keeps it kind of balanced because each sign has to govern themselves. Now, Scorpio also rules death, taxes, psychic, investigation, morgue, death, all that stuff. Why not? I mean, if you're going to go high, you got to go low as well. Well, Sagittarius rules justice. Okay, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. I'm going to give you a little Greek mythology a little bit. Zeus was the planet of Jupiter. And as we know, in astrology, Jupiter is the planet of expansion. So I'm not going to say that Sagittarius they have a lot of luck. I was born into a fire family. My mom's a Sag, my dad was a Leo, my brother was an Aries. So I got firsthand to see that trilogy in action. And Sag by far, because it's mutable, was one of the more ginger signs. It was a more loving sign. And wherever you place your stuff in your chart, which is why I tell you guys, you need to get a natal chart. It's like an x-ray. It breaks down what you came down to do. Then you got to decide if you want to do it. Okay. So when I look at this transformation, this moving from Scorpio to Sagittarius, I have clients on the cusp of this planet. So I have to look at both sides of the chart. Let me tell you guys, one of the major things that you have to watch when you're going from water, which is Scorpio, to fire, which is Sag, is your mouth. Yeah, you have to watch your mouth. Your tongue and your emotions are very close together, and you can easily cut the shit out of somebody that didn't even know it. You'll just say, that's not going to work for me. Don't ask me that shit no more, and be done with it. And the person's like, what? Because maybe you've been really nice, right? Maybe you've been one of those people that's always trying to meet in the halfway, reach across the table, on and so forth. With Mercury being in Sag, it says belligerence. Venus is in Capricorn. Man, worried about that love, ain't you? Worried about that love. Capricorn rules the serious side. And it's a little harsh in Venus. It's not a fun place for Venus to be in. Mars and Leo, that's fun because Mars is usually ruled by Aries. Leo is a fire sign. So Mars and Leo people, y'all should be having a great time. You should feel very fluid and just, Okay, this is Spiritual Coaching with Ari Mac, and I'm talking about your spiritual well-being. So I'm going to do a general overall for everybody, but just note that if it doesn't make sense to you, then it probably doesn't apply to you. Yeah. Now, today we're going to be using the red courage candle. Okay. And this is available in my candle collection at candlesbyari.com. And it's got the red current. It's about courage and determination. Because I feel like when we talk about wealth, you got to talk about being courageous. Because it takes courage, guys, to help not only have wealth, but to manage it as well. Okay. So the affirmation that's on the actual candle, which I totally made, it works, been working for a long time, is I pay attention to myself and what is going on around me. I am blessed under grace and perfect way. And so it is. You got to accept that. You got to really I am paying attention to myself and what's going on around me. And I am blessed under grace and perfect way. Because we're talking about wealth today. Wealth. And what does wealth mean? It's such a dichotomy. It really is for so many different levels, because sometimes there's an outer need, right, to be wealthy on a certain level for a big house, fancy cars, lots of clothes, shoes, all those things that make you feel wealthy. And there is nothing wrong with that. Nothing. I encourage you to go towards your dream and ask the universe to help you attain that. And then you listen to what you're affirming for and what the universe is saying to you. Now, when you get into the wealth, though, this is a personal thing. Now, I always go back to 0 to 5 with a lot of my clients, because from 0 to 5 is where you really kind of major decisions about a lot of things. You may not realize it, but you don't know that you make these decisions, right? There's a reason why you prefer certain things when you go to the store, when you engage with people, right? There's a reason. Now, I'm going to bring myself in on this. I was a product of a beautician. Okay. My grandmother owned her beauty shop. So I was around things that were behind the scenes to help people look more attractive, particularly women and their hair and their whole overall like facials, things like that. Now, my grandmother had a very specific knack. She was a Taurus for tuning into the people that work well with her. And that's all you need to do is tune into the people that work well with you. Why? Because the other people are always going to have opinions. They always got something to say. They always got a direction you need to go in. You know, they just have things you need to do to prove your wealth, your worth, not wealth, worth. Okay? Now, when you get to a point where you no longer need that outside influence, then that's where your real power comes in. Because now you're operating on your intuition, what you're feeling, what God's giving you, what Spirit's inspiring you to do, and how you should perceive. This is where the affirmations and the aromatherapy come in so handy. I've been doing this for over 15 years. I am telling you, when you hit that peak where nothing's going right and your life feels upside down a little bit, you're angry, just pissed off in general, nothing fucking works. Everything's giving you attitude. And my favorite is your family. It's like your DNA. Whoever you came in with, cousins, brothers, family members, that's like your luggage. It's almost like a penance, depending on how you look at it, because you can't get rid of them. They are part of your DNA. So you got to respect. I got cousins all over the place. So I bless them all and send them a lot of love and light. And if I can help them, I will. Okay. But you can always help through prayers, just so you know. So energetically, we come down already with all this stuff. Now, as babies, we don't know what wealth is. We have no idea what that means, what that costs. It just doesn't mean, oh, thank you, Dee, appreciate. We don't know. Until we get old enough to start looking at the value of what works and what doesn't work, like how much something actually costs. And here's the deal. Its value is based on your need. I'm going to say that again. The value of whatever you want is based on the need of how bad you need it, right? Because that's where wealth starts. Time, space. That's where it truly is. Now, you think if you're making, let's say, $30 an hour, right? You're making $30 an hour. You think you're doing well. Now, remember, you may not get a full 40-hour week. Here in the United States, they work 8 hours, 5 days a week. Europe, there's 4 days a week for 10 hours. It just varies, but it equals to 40 hours times $30. Now, I don't have a calculator, but that's pretty decent. But what if that all starts changing and you start dropping down? See, this is where your courage has to come in, guys. This is where I am paying attention to myself and what is going on around me. I am blessed under grace and perfect way. And so to see, this is when these aromatherapy candles, which I suggest you all get at least one, come in really handy. Because even if you don't feel it, even if you don't believe it, you need to affirm for better than where you are, because your words will outweigh your situation. And I know, I've been there, done it, seen it, live it. Okay. And when Mercury being in Sag, your tongue is sharp. Your tongue is sharp. So you may say things and not even realize what you said to the audience that you said it in. And by that point, it's out. Now, here's the thing about truth seeking. If you're praying on truth and understanding, Spirit will give you truth and understanding. But you, however, have to be ready to deal with the onslaught of what that means.
What is this in this jar that I'm holding right now?
Candle melts.
Candle melts? Oh, okay. Tell me more about them.
Well, they're a new item here at Candles by Ari. Some people don't have the means to burn their candles, but they have tea lights in their little warmers. So we decided to take the wonderful scents of all our candles and put them into melts. It's available on the website. You can go to candlesbyari.com and pick up your melts today.